property. We've only got about an hour and a half today, but we decided to pull the log splitter up here, play a little catch up, do a little clean up some of these blocks that I had cut up in one of the past videos, and then maybe move up to the larger pile if we have time. I'd like to get all of my stacks filled up, all of the rows that I have here along this road leading up to one of the upper fields set up, so that way I get as much dry time as possible before next winter when we're hoping to burn some of this firewood. I'd also like to get a start on the firewood that I'm going to split to sell for next year, and since it's kind of already late in the season, I'm going to put the driest stuff that I have onto that pile. That way I can kind of sell that stuff first, and then sell stuff that's not quite as seasoned as the winter goes on and people need more firewood into February, March, and April. That way that stuff gets a little bit longer of dry time. So we're going to get back to it, keep splitting, and try to get as much done as possible. I'm not going to get too close. No. That's an eastern diamondback rattlesnake. It's not making any noise right now. It looks like 4 or 5 rattles. I'd say 3 to 3.5 feet long. But we were just up here splitting that firewood, and my mom was walking up through with our daughter just to go for a little walk, and they saw it. Just have to keep a close eye out for things like this in the middle of summertime. It seems like, especially when it gets dry around here, these things come down off the mountain a little bit. So I'm not sure where that snake was. As you can see, I've got pallets cut in half stacked along here, and that's where I stack all this wood. This pile though that's here right now, we just started splitting this stuff today. None of this was sitting here, and when my mom and daughter came up and walked through here to get a drink of water, which is kind of up behind where I'm at right now, my mom said she saw it coming out of this pile. So like I said, I don't know if it was under these pallets and then came out. What I ended up doing was just taking this stone rake, and I carried him all the way to the other edge of the property and over the stone rail. I'm not sure if it'll come back or not. If it has a nest here, I'm not sure how those snakes are, if they can find their way back here, or if they know exactly where they're going, how far they travel in a lifetime. Like I said, we normally don't see too many of them around here. That's, I think, the third one that I've seen in the past 8 years of owning this property. I mean, I'm sure there's more around, I just don't see them, but that's the third one I've seen. So like I said, I carried it over there, just went and kind of smacked each one of these pallets just to make sure there's nothing else there. But that's a good way to get your heart racing when just when you're out here splitting wood. So we're gonna keep going, split this wood, and stack this pile up, and then kind of just stay away from that area for a little bit. So we've got all that wood stacked up. We were extremely careful when we took everything off the pile we made, just in case there was anything else under there. I didn't think there would be, but we still didn't want to take a chance. So all that wood, that was the stuff that was left piled here, that some of that stuff that I split by hand. the hay wagon was sitting right there. So we're cleaning up little by little. I wanted to kind of start splitting some of the stuff that I had piled up there and cut up when I did my video on the 3 separate chainsaws, but didn't have time for that today. So we're gonna go hang out a little bit and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. This is a pretty long stack here. We're probably approaching 30 feet or so. So what I try to do is somewhere in the middle of this long stack, do just one straight stack with the nicest pieces I can find, as square as I can get, and I crisscross them to just make it as stable as can be. That way, if this side starts to lean one way or another and falls, it won't affect this side once we have firewood all stacked up there. So not a very long video this week, but if we can, one day later this week, we're going to come and we're going to try to start tackling this pile that you see behind us. I know we're supposed to get rain the next couple days, Monday and Tuesday this week, and then I think towards the end of the week again there's a chance for thunderstorms. So we're not going to cut any hay this week or do anything hay related. I am going to take the tires to the tire shop and get those taken off, so hopefully within the next week or so we can get those rims sandblasted down or sanded down and repainted, ready for those new tires. But thank you for watching today. We'll see you on the next one.